The Atlantic Siege, Admiral Castillo's Valor. In the year 2024, a fleet of Spanish ships sailed proudly through the Atlantic Ocean. Under the command of Admiral Rodrigo Castillo, the fleet was on a mission to strengthen diplomatic ties with the nations of the Americas, showcasing Spain's modern naval prowess. The sun shone brightly on the sparkling waves, and the ships cut through the water with precision and grace. As the fleet neared the Caribbean, a sense of unease began to ripple through the crew. The sky, once clear and blue, was now dotted with dark silhouettes approaching rapidly. The lookout cried out, "Planes! Cuban planes incoming!" Admiral Castillo, a seasoned veteran, barked orders for the fleet to prepare for an aerial assault. The Spanish ships, equipped with advanced anti-aircraft systems, quickly sprang into action. The Cuban planes swooped in, dropping bombs with deadly precision. Explosions erupted around the fleet, sending plumes of water and smoke into the air. The Spanish sailors, disciplined and well-trained, manned their stations with determination. The battle raged on, with the Spanish fleet returning fire with a relentless barrage. Despite being outnumbered and caught off guard, their superior technology and strategic acumen began to turn the tide. One by one, the Cuban planes were shot down, spiraling into the ocean in fiery trails. One by one, the Cuban planes were shot down, spiraling into the ocean in fiery trails. After what felt like an eternity, the skies were clear once more. The Spanish fleet had emerged victorious, but the cost was evident. Several ships were damaged, and many sailors had been injured in the fierce combat. Admiral Castillo, exhausted but resolute, finally sat down in his command chair, taking a moment to catch his breath. However, the respite was short-lived. The radar operator's voice crackled over the intercom, filled with urgency. "Admiral, we've detected multiple vessels approaching fast. Cuban ships are closing in." Admiral Castillo stood up immediately, his eyes narrowing as he surveyed the horizon. Indeed, a line of Cuban warships was emerging, their guns aimed squarely at the beleaguered Spanish fleet. The Cuban Navy, seeking to capitalize on the damage inflicted by their air force, was determined to finish the job. Without hesitation, Admiral Castillo began issuing orders. The Spanish ships, though battered, were still combat-ready. The sailors, driven by a mix of survival instinct and loyalty to their homeland, prepared for another grueling engagement. The ocean once again became a theater of war as the two naval forces clashed with a thunderous roar. Cannons boomed and missiles streaked across the sky. The Spanish fleet, leveraging their superior tactics and advanced weaponry, fought with fierce determination. The Cuban ships, though formidable, found themselves facing an opponent unwilling to surrender. In a dramatic and decisive maneuver, Admiral Castillo ordered a concentrated attack on the Cuban flagship. The Spanish ships executed the maneuver flawlessly, their combined firepower overwhelming the Cuban vessel and forcing it to retreat. The sight of their flagship in flames demoralized the Cuban fleet, and one by one, the remaining ships began to withdraw. As the last Cuban ship disappeared over the horizon, a cheer went up among the Spanish sailors. They had faced overwhelming odds and emerged victorious, their bravery and skill a testament to their training and leadership. Admiral Castillo, now standing tall despite his fatigue, looked out over the ocean. The battle was won, but the journey was far from over. With a renewed sense of purpose, he gave the order to continue their mission, knowing that the story of their resilience and valor would be told for generations to come.